guys, Dave Schmitz, ResistanceBandTraining.com, coming to you with a little tip today that I suspect might help you out a lot, especially with your fitness clients and maybe even with some of your female athletes. You're going to see I've got a belt attached around my hips. Now why do I have that? Well, you know, some people when they go ahead and they use the bands around their hips, they don't like it. It's too uncomfortable. They feel like it starts to pull on their skin or their shirt or whatever, and they kind of get annoyed with it. And so one of the things you can do to combat that is to go ahead and just have them bring in a simple belt. Yeah, make sure the belt is a couple things. Number one, wide enough. You want it to be at least probably 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches wide. 2 inches would even be better. Obviously, the wider it is, the more comfortable it's going to be. Secondly, you want to make sure it's going to be out of a material that's not going to cut the band. Most cases, most belts aren't going to do it because they're either out of leather or they're out of, like this one's out of nylon. So again, that's going to be perfectly fine. So that said, have them bring in a belt. Now what they're going to do is they're going to take the belt and they're going to hook the round the loop real quickly, as you can see, and then they're just going to go ahead and loop it in right here. Make sure they loop it down, and I suggest if it has a little lockdown tab or a little thing they can feed it through, go ahead and do that. Now the belt is against their hips and the band isn't, and so that's going to be a lot more comfortable. And this is specifically when you're using like the 7/8 inch band or the 3/4 inch band, or if you're running with red bands, which again, you need to be real careful with that because most people can really dominate a red band. So make sure if you're using red bands to run, please, please, please make sure that you do not have them stretching it too far, because I do not recommend running in red bands unless it's with really small children that are just trying to learn the exercise. Okay, so you got the belt hooked on, and now you can do all your hip attached exercises with the belt. Now here's one of the things though. You got to make sure that the belt is loose enough, and you got to take tension off it so that you can easily spin it. Alright, so that you can go to a different position and work on running forward. Go ahead and slide it, work on sideways. You can obviously slide it here and work on forward movements. Alright, so that said, you want to keep the belt a little loose so that you can easily go ahead and slide it around. Alright, so take that little tip and make sure that you adjust, see if that helps out your clients. One other component to this, hey, if the band is riding up when you're doing partner-based training or even attached training, make sure the angle of the band is somewhat down so that the band isn't riding up. If the attachment is high, the band is going to ride up. So make sure you keep that attachment low. If you got different people that are coming in at different hip heights and they're partnered up and they're in attached partner training, hey, make sure that the person that is not training, that's holding, is creating an angle by simply going ahead and taking his attachment point and lowering it down. He could even go ahead and go into a kneeling position and hold if that would create the angle that you're looking for. So again, make some adjustments with that. Make sure that angle is downward. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit in adjusting to that problem that you might have with some of your clients. Hey, the key is make the training experience positive. And if adding a belt to make it more comfortable around their hips adds to the positiveness of the experience and the training, go for it.